Before I get into today's episode, I just quickly want to talk about something here. So I've been asked a few times now over on TikTok or in the YouTube comments about if I would ever start a Patreon. And it's something I considered, but I wasn't really too sure about it. I'm not sure how I feel about other people paying me to see my content. Like, I just do this for fun most of the time. I kind of just do it on the side as well as work full time. I do work full time and then I just post this on the side. I play Minecraft anyway, and I thought why not upload it to YouTube. But a few people have asked about a Patreon, and I finally decided it probably is worth starting one. So I think it could help me out. I do try to upload a video every 2 weeks. I used to do it every week during the lockdown, but then since I went back to work I don't really have the time for that anymore. But maybe it could help me out and I could get back to uploading once every single week, which is the plan. And then of course there will be benefits for the people who support me over there as well. So that's actually what I want to talk about before I get into today's episode. So these are the benefits that I've come up with at the moment, but I'm sure I will add more to it over time. But these are just the ones that are like the starter ones that I thought of. So first of all, you can get your name at the end of every episode of the Let's Play. I feel like that's kind of basic, most people do that. And also I'm going to start a Patreon Discord. So probably like a nice little community where you can go over, you can ask me questions, I'll always answer over there. You can post pictures of your builds and stuff like that, and I'll give updates of what I'm getting up to on the world, so you can have little previews before the episodes come out. Another thing that I thought would be a cool idea is somewhere in the base I could have a little hallway. I was thinking a little bit lower down, maybe on this level or the level above. And I'm going to build a hallway that goes down and I can just extend it whenever I need to. Then on each side I'll have a little room, and each one will be dedicated to a patron. So you can have your face in there or your Minecraft skin face in there, maybe a block of your choice and a little lectern with a book about yourself or something like that. So that's the plan, but I've actually already recorded this episode and I'm recording this little bit afterwards. So I'm going to start working on this in the next episode. And another thing that I thought would be a cool idea is down here in the strip mine. So I'm going to have to do a lot of strip mining on this world for various different challenges that I've got. And I thought it'd be a cool idea to have a strip mine for each Patreon. So I'll mine down here for 1 hour each of these tunnels, and then each one will be dedicated to a different person. So you can have a sign above the tunnel with your name and then the amount of diamonds that I managed to get from that tunnel. We could even make it into a little bit of a competition to see who can get the most. So that is another idea, and I've actually seen someone else do this before. I think it was Etho, like quite a while ago in his world. So I kind of stole this idea, but yeah, I thought that would be quite cool to do. Of course this room needs a little bit more work as well. This is something else that I'm going to do in the next episode. So those are the ideas that I got so far, but I do plan to add more things to it. So I was thinking maybe I could start a server. I was going to do a realm, but I'm pretty sure you can only get 10 people to join, so it'd probably be better to do it on a server and I'd pay for it and stuff, and then people could join and you can play. Maybe even I'll join it and build some stuff on it now and again. And one last idea, and I'm really not sure if this would work out or not, but I was kind of hoping I could turn this server or this world into a realm every month or so, and then my patrons for that month could join and just explore, have a look around. I could give you all of the tools and stuff you need. It would be a copy of the world, so if anyone did grief or like take my things, it wouldn't really matter because it would only be a copy. But people would be able to go around, explore the world for yourself and stuff like that, which I feel like quite a few people would be interested in. But like I said, I'm really not sure if that's something I would be able to do. I've tried making this world into a realm a few times before and I couldn't really get it to work. So I would have to look into that a little bit more. But yeah, I am going to leave the link to my Patreon down below in the description if anyone wants to go and check it out and look at the current benefits. And feel free to leave any ideas for more benefits you think I could add. Like if there's anything you'd be interested in doing or seeing, let me know and I'd definitely consider adding some more benefits to it. And thanks to anyone in advance who does support me over there. I just thought I'd quickly mention it at the start of today's episode. I'm going to spend more time in the next episode actually building up these things and getting more into it. But I've already finished recording this episode and I just quickly wanted to add this at the start. But anyway, now we can get into the actual episode. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So today's episode is going to be a little different to usual. I'm not going to be starting any more projects. I'm probably not even going to be doing any current projects. I just want to go through my world and show some stuff that I wouldn't usually show on camera. So I got this idea from Etho's lab a few weeks ago, and I knew that I was going to do it on this world. So this is episode 51, and I'm actually recording this before I've recorded the world tour, which was episode 50. So my plan is mostly just to go through the world to some of my current projects and just clean up around them, make them look better. There's a few of them that I've left chests and shulker boxes all over the place. Some of them I've actually broken over time, and there's a few little changes I need to make just to fix them up. And then there's a few other things I want to do around the world just to get it ready for the world tour, which is going to be the last episode for you, but I've actually not recorded it currently when I'm recording this episode. So as mentioned, the first thing I want to do is just go around the world and clean up some of the projects that I've done. So I've just got chests and shulker boxes all over from previous projects. So you can see here I've just got some stone and a few other things, just random stuff all over the place. And this is from when I built the lighthouse, which was probably like a year ago now. So these chests have been here since then. So I'm going to collect all of this stuff and take it back to the base. So this is the first little mess that I'm going to clean up. And then there's actually a few more chests just over here from the house that I built a few weeks ago. So this is a little bit more stuff that I need to get together. Next up on the list of things I need to clean up is over here at the farming district. And there's actually quite a lot of junk over here from various projects. So there's some chests and shulkers full over here of stuff from when I was building the record this farm here. If I fly just over here, I've got some stuff from the cactus farm just left in a shulker box there. There's a few shulkers over here from when I was digging the chorus fruit farm. And I don't even remember when I built this, so this has been here a long time. So this has been in the shulkers and the chests ever since. And then the bulk of the stuff over here is actually at my most recent project, which was the farming bunker just down here. So there's a lot of useful building blocks and stuff in the shulker box here. And then if I go down here, there's even more useful stuff. So I know there's a load of copper around here. There's sea lanterns, there's some quartz in there, a bunch more quartz in here. Loads of oxidized copper, like I mentioned, warped stems. So there's some quite valuable blocks around here. I want to get all of this back to the base and into the chest. And then there's a little bit more around this side as well. So I'm going to try and get all of this into shulker boxes and then take this back to the storage room. Next up is definitely the biggest cleanup project that I've got on the world. So this is the Iron and Guardian farm that I just finished recently. And I've just got shulker boxes and chests all over the place here, just full of some random items. This is definitely the biggest build I've ever completed in survival. And it took so many different items and so many of them as well. So I've just got them left everywhere. Each one of these quadrants had a load of different materials that I needed, and then the stairs and the slabs. All of these shulker boxes are full of some things that I use for the Nether quadrant. So yeah, there's just stuff all over here I need to take back to the base. And then over here, there's some stuff I use for the snow quadrant. So yeah, I need to get all these in shulker boxes and get these back too. And then if I just fly over here, there's actually more stuff over by the villager breeder that I was using as well. So I actually don't remember what was over here. I just see the shulker boxes when I'm flying past. But yeah, there's probably some quite useful things in some of these shulker boxes around here. I can't really see too much useful stuff, but yeah, I think it's mostly just junk, but I want to get all of this back to the base as well. Another thing that I need to clean up is over here, and I actually almost forgot about this. So this is a hole that I started digging when I think it was the 1.18 or the 1.17 update came out, when the deep slate was first added. So I started digging down here where the deep slate was, just trying to get some of the new deep slate ores. I was mostly looking for the deep slate emeralds, but I didn't really manage to find too many of them. But yeah, I've got a beacon here, which I might as well take back to the base. And then I'm going to have a few more shulker boxes around here, just with all the stone that I was collecting. And I think I did actually come down here and clear most of these chests out. So I got a little bit of wood in there, which is going to be useful. Yeah, I did clear most of this up already, but I've still got a beacon here I can take back, and then a few shulker boxes as well. Next on the list is over here at the villager trading hall that I recently finished. So again, I've just got some chests full of random items and some shulker boxes. I need to take all this back to the base. I don't really think there's too many valuable items here, but there's still a lot of junk that needs to go back over to the base. There's a few other small projects that I need to clean up, but this is the last one that I'm going to show. So this is over at the Wither Skeleton farm, and this is a little room where I'm just storing a load of the netherrack and stuff to smelt it down. But I'm going to take a lot of this stuff back over to the base. I don't really need it anymore, so it's just pointless it being over here. There's some junk in his chest over here, and then I think up here as well. A load of glass that could be useful for some other projects, some wither roses. So yeah, I'm going to clean up a few things around here, and then I'll meet you back over at the base. I knew I had a lot of junk around the world just left at random projects, but I didn't quite think that there was this much. So you can see that I've pretty much filled the storage room here with shulker boxes, and a lot of these have very useful items inside. Like there's a lot of wood in this one here. I'm not going to go through all of them obviously, but there is quite a lot of useful items around here. I think there's like at least 3 or 4 beacons as well that I've just left at random projects that are in the mess somewhere. So I'm going to get all of these items together now and put them into the correct chest and just finally sort it out. And I've seen quite a few people do this before where they do it in a time lapse, and I just think it looks kind of cool, so I want to do it in a time lapse. I'm going to clean all of this up, and it's probably going to take me like an hour to get it all done. But hopefully it looks good in like a 45-second time lapse. So I don't know if you actually saw the time lapse there because I had a bit of an issue. So I recorded the entire thing. It was about an hour and 45 minutes overall, which actually took a lot longer than I was expecting it to take. And I've got the recording on my PC so I can watch it back, all 1 hour and 45 minutes. But when I put it into my video editing software, the clip turns into a 1 minute and 49-second clip, and I'm not sure why. So it just cuts off after like almost 2 minutes. So unless I can fix that, you're not going to see the time lapse. But if I do fix it, hopefully the time lapse turned out okay. But yeah, you can see that I've cleaned up everything in here. It feels nice to finally have all of my items from around the world organised and in the storage room. And now I actually want to go around the world and fix a few of my different farms. So I know there's a few over in the farming district, and I think there might be 1 or 2 other projects I also need to fix a little bit. So I'm going to get some items together and I'm going to go and fix some. The first project that I want to fix is over here in the end. So I've not been here in the Let's Play for a long time, but I came here the other day to show it off on TikTok, and I realised that there's a few of these snow golems that have just disappeared or despawned or something, I'm not really sure. So there's meant to be a snow golem on each side in each of these places. So there's 2 missing here, 1 missing there, and I think that's it. So I brought some snow over here and I'm going to try to get them back in place. So I need to use some leaves to pillar up just to make sure the shulkers don't teleport out of here. So I'm hoping I can just break this and then put this in quick so any shulkers don't teleport onto that either. And then I should be able to just put this back on the top and it should be fine. So I think that's how it should be. None of the shulkers I've got out. So I think we're all good, and now we can just do that for these 2 places as well. So I don't really use this project anymore because I got so many shulker shells from it that I don't really need to use it anymore. But I just wanted to fix it up because I'm going to be showing it in the world tour, and I don't want any of my projects to be broken. So I might as well just get all of the shulker shells while I'm over here and take them back to the base. Speaking of shulkers quickly, I actually forgot to mention all of the shulker boxes that I've managed to get. So all of these regular ones are empty, all of the ones at the bottom are full of the shulker shells that I got from the farm. And then I'm going to put that one in there as well. And then round here I actually had to put another chest down and I've got all of these as well. So I'm going to have to start filling these with resources and storing them in some of these chests. So yeah, I'm not really short on shulker boxes on this world. I've got so many, I don't really know what to do with them all at the moment. Okay, next up on the list of things I want to fix up is the sheep farm. So I'm just going to get some sheep in here and trap them in. So I built this sheep farm pretty early on in the world. It was probably like first 5 episodes or something. And all of the sheep despawned. There was a bug quite a while ago now where all mobs and entities just kind of despawned, like minecart hoppers, and then all of the mobs around here just broke all of my farms. And I just never got the sheep back in place. If I go into the storage room quickly, I got a pretty decent supply of all of the different colours of wool. So I got about 2 double chests for most of the different colours. I've been using some of it over time and I took some back to the storage room. But I had plenty for a single player world. But recently I've been getting into the map art again. So if I quickly just come out here and fly over this way. I got into the map art and I've been doing some over here. And I've got some ideas for more that I want to do just to have on the walls around the base. So I do want to start stocking up on more wool again. So I do want to get the sheep back in place again. And you can see there's actually 4 spots for the sheep to go, or 4 spots for each different colour. I actually only want to get 2 for each colour in this time. I think 4 was a little bit too much. If I ever need that much in the future, I can always get them in place. But I think for now, I'm just going to stick with 2 for each different colour. And there should be plenty of shears left. These are actually kind of damaged. I might have to replace some of the shears as well. But yeah, I'm just going to get the sheep in place quickly. I need to breed them up. And then I've got some dyes, all of the different colours here. So hopefully this shouldn't take too long. That didn't take too long, and I've got 2 of each different coloured sheep in place. So I can start collecting all of the different colours of wool again. So this is a project I've wanted to fix for quite a while now, but I've just never got round to it. It's one of those things that I would usually do off camera, but I've just never done it for some reason, so that's kind of the point of this episode, to try and get some things done on camera instead, otherwise they might not ever get done. And as I mentioned, there is actually 4 slots for each different coloured sheep, because I used to have 4 of each colour. But that caused a lot of lag in this area. So I'm thinking if I start building up more projects around here, and it starts getting really laggy, I could probably just kill a load of these sheep off. I'm going to be getting plenty of wool stored down below anyway, so by that point I probably won't even need these sheep anymore. But for right now, I've got them back in place, and this project is up and running again. The next project I want to fix is just over here. So this is a sweet berry farm that I built quite a while ago now. And I had the same issue with this, so the fox despawned when all of the sheep despawned, and then a few other things like the minecart hoppers. So it did work fine, and then the fox disappeared, so it no longer works. So I just need to go and get a fox and put it in there, so it should be quite a simple fix. And I actually prepared for this by trapping a fox in this hole before I started recording today's episode. So it should be easy enough just to put him on a lead and then take him out of here. And the farming district is about 1,000 blocks in that direction. It probably would have been smart to sleep before trying to do that, but I got it over here, it's in place, and it started producing sweet berries again. There was no real reason to actually fix this project, it's not like I ever need the sweet berries, but I just thought because I've got it, I might as well get it up and running again. But anyway, I think that's everything in the farming district is working again. So I'm going to move on to the next project I wanted to fix, and it's actually just over here. So the hostile mob farm, it's technically not broken, but when I started building it, I did something and I want to change it because it never really worked. So I'm just going to drink the night vision so you can actually see and try and make sure I don't blow this up with any creepers. But But you can see all these platforms are just regular, and then on this one I tried to make it a creeper only platform by putting the buttons on the floor and then the trapdoors on the ceiling. But I don't think I've ever seen a creeper spawn on these platforms, so I think it's just the bottom two on this side. So I'm just going to quickly go around and I'm going to destroy all of these buttons and then the trapdoors on the ceiling. And that's going to mean that mobs are actually going to spawn on here again, and it's going to make the farm a little bit more efficient overall. That was another quick fix there, and now the farm should be up to 100% efficiency. And it is a shame that I couldn't get some of these farms to be creeper only. I think the plan originally was to have 2 of these to only spawn creepers, and then the other 2 to spawn all of the other hostile mobs. And that way I would have got a lot more gunpowder than the rest of the mob drops. But if I fly down here, I do actually get a lot of gunpowder from this thing anyway, so it's not like it's a big deal, but it would have been nice to get just gunpowder from some of them. But anyway, while I'm here, I actually just noticed that I don't have the Nether Portal connected, and this brings me on to what I want to do next in today's episode. So I've got, I think 2, maybe 3 projects around the world where I've set the Nether Portal up, but I've not connected it through the Nether. So that's what I'm going to do next. So it's pretty simple really. All I've got to do is stand in the middle here, and then I'm going to write down these coordinates. So the middle one doesn't really matter, but if you look at the top left, that's 1928 and then 943. So I'm quickly going to write that down. Now that I've wrote the coordinates down, I can light the portal, but I'm not going to go through it yet. I'm going to fly back to the base and I'm going to go through the portal over there. So now I'm in the Nether, and I've dug a tunnel from the Nether hub to here. So these coordinates here are the coordinates that I just got before divided by 8. So it works out roughly at 241 and 118. So if I've done this right, I should be able to light it, and then I should be able to go through, and it should bring me out in the mob farm, but sometimes it doesn't quite go to plan. So hopefully I've done this all right. And I've come out here, and this is exactly where I should be. So that's one of the portals linked up, and there's 2 more to go. Here's the second portal, and this one should take me to the farming district, like in the underground bunker where I store all of the items. And this one's worked as well. So that's 2 of the 3. And if anyone isn't very familiar with linking up portals, the portals don't have to be the same size. Like as you just saw, I came through one that was 3x5, and this one's only 2x3. It doesn't really matter the size as long as the coordinates are the same. When I said the same coordinates, I meant the right coordinates, because obviously they're divided by 8, so they're not going to be the same. But anyway, this is the final portal here, so if I light this up, this should take me to the Guardian farm. And it looks like this has taken me there, so that's all 3 of the portals synced up now that I wanted to get done. I think that's all of the ones that I've got at the moment that haven't been set up. So if I can think of any more, I'll do them, but I don't think I've got any more on the world. And at the moment, I've just got these little tunnels that go to the portals that I've just synced up, and I've got a little sign up above to let me know where it goes. But I do want to do some proper tunnels at some point, like I've done for the Froglight farm here. It's probably going to take me a while to get to all of these because I've got 4 of them now. So the farming district, the hostile mob farm, and then over on this side I have the end portal somewhere. I think it's right at the end here. So this one goes to the end portal, and then the last one that I set up is the Guardian farm right here, or the Guardian/Iron farm. So maybe in the future I'll do an episode dedicated to the Nether tunnels and just getting these sorted out. But for right now, this is a bit of a faster travel to get to the different projects around the world. Okay, so it's been a few days since I recorded the last clip, and I've just been working on a little something for TikTok, but I thought I might as well show it in this video. So when I first started the world and I got that little villager set up over there, I made all of these tools. So these are all of my Silk Touch ones, and then I've got Fortune, and then I've got some axes and shovels over here. And these are just the spare tools that I use when I'm out and about doing projects around the world. If my main netherite pickaxe becomes a little bit too low, I'll just get another one out of here. And it just helps a lot so I don't have to rush around going to my XP farms all the time. And the plan is to turn all of these to netherite. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do this or not. I think I was going to do it eventually, but I was going to work on the beacon and stuff first. But because it's getting changed in 1.20, I think I want to do it now before the 1.20 update, when it's going to be a little bit harder to do it. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've done a little bit of netherite mining again. And I am going to show the clips on screen right now just quickly. I know I've done this a lot of times before and most people do believe me, but I still feel like I need to show me getting netherite on camera just in case. So this is a bit embarrassing, but I did the maths completely wrong. So I think when I was working it out, I worked out I needed 27 here for these pickaxes, and then I needed 18 here for the axes and the shovels, which is 45 overall, and I just completely missed the other shulker box full of pickaxes. So the maths was off by 27 overall. So you can see I've got one left here and then the 18 here. Luckily I did have those few ingots in there, so I managed to get a few extra ones done. So I do need another 19 ingots overall, which shouldn't really take too long. It's only another 2 or 3 little netherite mining sessions, so I'm not going to do that in today's episode, but I will do that pretty soon. Next up, what I wanted to do for this episode is a quick materials gathering session. So gathering materials is a big part of the game. Everyone has to do it, whether you're early game or late game. Of course, when you get late game, it becomes a little bit easier, but you actually need to get more items for the projects and stuff that you want to do. But everyone has to do it, and I feel like not a whole lot of YouTubers actually show this part in their series. I know some of them do. I think Good Times with Scar is the one I got this idea from. He does it now and again, but he gets a lot more items than I'll be getting here. But I just find it very satisfying watching these time lapses of players destroying forests and deserts to get loads of resources. And I wanted to do it myself just to stock up on a few items that I'm going to need in the future. These are all of the materials that I managed to get there. It doesn't really look like there's too much, but I'm just going to quickly go through them all. So the warp stems and the shroom lights, I've been using these quite a lot recently in some builds and I just run out of them. I don't have too many left, so I wanted to collect some more of them. Some spruce wood, it's always useful to have, and I think I'm going to need it in a project I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Most of this sand, well, pretty much all of this sand is going to be going towards TNT for the netherite beacon. I'm going to need a lot more than this, but this is a bit of a start and I'll go get more when I need it. The sandstone I don't really need, but it's just easier to get it once you get the sand. You can get this underneath. It cleans up the area a little bit as well. And the red sand, there's not really any particular reason that I got this. I didn't need this much, but I did actually need a little bit of it. So I'm going to show you why I needed that in a second. And finally the glass. Again, I'm going to need this for a project I'm going to be doing pretty soon. It might be in the next episode or it might be in like 4 or 5 episodes, but I am going to need this at some point. And the reason why I needed that red sand is just so I could check another item off the checklist. In the random blocks over here, I've got 6 of the red sandstone walls and now I've got another 58, so that's a full stack of them. So that's all of the wall items checked off from this chest. And if anyone's wondering why my levels went up quite a lot in between some of the clips there, it's just because that was recorded over the space of like a week. And I've actually gone ahead and recorded the world tour since I started collecting those materials for that little clip. So hopefully I can get the world tour uploaded pretty soon, but I'm having some issues with it at the moment. But by the time this video is uploaded, the world tour will already be on the channel anyway. But I just wanted to get this video wrapped up here because I'm not going to have any time to record for the next few days. So I just want to finish this here and then when I come back and I can record again, I will start the next episode. So I feel like it's been a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to do an episode where I show some of the things that I would usually just do off camera. Like I said, I did get this idea from Etho and I enjoyed that video where he just showed a load of the stuff that he does off camera that you don't usually show in episodes. So I wanted to try it myself, and I thought this would be a good time to do it. So I hope everyone enjoyed this kind of different video, and I will see you all next time.